I think that was like my fourth or fifth video. And after I made it, I was like, mic drop. I'm like, I don't have anything else to say. I said every I said everything I need to say in that 8 minutes. I'm done.
Oh, wow, that's cool. That must be an amazing feeling to actually have a video like that.
My wife gets a kick out of this. Every video when I finish editing it, I think to myself, this is the greatest video I've ever made. Even though some of them get like 500 views or like, I'm like, dude, this is the greatest video I've ever made. So
Oh, cool.
I'm either delusional or I'm super optimistic about, or I just live in the present and I don't remember any of my other videos. And I'm just
It could be a mixture of all
I'm like,
three,
I'm
you
like,
know.
this is it, man. This is the best thing I've ever done.
Yeah, it's a hot day. I'm hanging in the sunshine. You should hit me with the splash gun so I cool down. Won't you come on over? We can party till the sun's down.
Oh, cool.
Had a section before with anybody else?
No, not really. Like I've had people do Reiki and things like that a few years ago.
Mm-hmm.
Um, but with everything that I have experienced, I've actually been extremely cautious of letting anybody in my energy or anybody do any healing. Um, so like when I said when I first saw you, it was like, "Hey, bro, how are you doing?" Like I just felt like it
Yeah.
was
Nice. Nice.
like so. Yeah, so I totally trust you to be that first person in about 20 years to go
Awesome.
anywhere near healing me.
Awesome.
Mm.
Awesome. Yeah. Well, no pressure or anything for
I'm sure you'll be fine.
no pressure. Did you have any questions before we started?
I found that like I've been every time I sort of take a step forwards on my journey, it's things seem to it sounds strange, but they seem to pull me down.
Mm-hmm.
So I feel like I'm being attacked a lot of the time. Um, it's it does sound nuts, but it's like every time I take a step forwards, something goes wrong, whether it be my health or something else in the environment. So
Hmm.
I thought this might help, you know.
Yeah. Well, what do you think that is? Do you think that's outside of your control?
Um, that's something I have never really worked out. Like I've always had natural gifts. When I was in my 20s, as crazy as this will sound, I had like all sorts of outside influences that I would call dark.
Mm-hmm.
Um, try to screw with me for years and years, and I've done pretty well at fending them off. But it's almost like every time I level up, they come back in and it bombards me again, and it's like I have to get over that to level up again, if that makes sense.
Is it like friends and family members, or is it always like some type of energetic draining?
I think it's an energetic thing. So it's quite crazy. Like it could either be the car will break down and the house will just blow up and there'll be no power and everything will go wrong
Mm-hmm.
when I'm making videos or I'm about to do something important, or my health will just go absolutely ballistic and I'll end up in bed for 2 or 3 days. So I've got like different health problems that I've had for years, and I've always managed to rise above them.
Yep. Yep.
But then whenever I go, okay, I'm going to do this great, wonderful thing, and I'm going to go out there and help heaps of people, it's like boom, it just
Yep. Yep.
hits me
Well, do
every
you, do
time.
you think you have some type of underlying self-sabotage thing going on?
I have
I,
wondered about that.
I like to take full responsibility.
Yeah.
And I know there's like dark forces, and I know I'm not sticking my head in the sand and ignoring that. But I just think that sometimes we have beliefs that
Yeah.
we don't know about. This is a terrible metaphor, but or an example, but I swear every time my wife orders food, it's perfect. Everything's perfect. Every single time I order food, it's messed up. Like I know I'm doing that. It's like I'm emitting this. Okay, how you going to
Just
screw
by
this?
saying it.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. It's
Yeah,
like,
just by saying every single time I order the food, it's messed up. It's like causing it to happen. And it's like, I do know that I have this thing in my mind where I go, of course, everything's going wrong.
that's what I'm
Yeah.
talking about.
And you
So,
can even hear yourself having these negative conversations
I
like,
know.
of course, like, why does this always happen? But
Yeah,
then you say to yourself, oh, why am I saying this? I need to not think like that, but it always sneaks in. And I've watched so many of your videos and I've thought, wow, the reconnection might just be that little spark to kind of help keep me.
yeah. For me, it gave me when I became conscious, and I'm still doing it. And I'm like, I got I got a long way to go. But I see. I shouldn't even say that. I'm
We're always
perfect.
learning, right?
Yeah, I'm perfect the way I am, but there is always going to be more expansion and more growth. But oh God, I forgot what I was going to say. Um, I guess it wasn't that important.
It was probably something to do with the spark that I was saying, this sort of spark of
Oh
energy.
yeah, 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 yeah. So I really think that I was already becoming conscious of how my beliefs were creating my life, but I do think that these frequencies made these limiting beliefs seem like a joke, like juvenile. It's like, oh my gosh, why would I say that? That's stupid. It was almost like, yeah, it just took the power away from them. And then as soon as the
Oh.
power was away, they just kind of dissolved. Not all of them, I still got some things. I can't order food for my family, but other than that, uh, yeah, no, it's yeah, and especially when it comes to like healing, that type of work, um, I'm sure it would be very easy for me to say, well, what would give me the right to like why would I how did I earn this? How did I what did I do? Can I lose it? If I'm actually like super pissed off at somebody and do some low 3D, thinking about them, am I going to lose some of it? Am I less of a channel for this? So I think I just those thoughts just never come through. Um, yeah. Actually, I really owe a lot to Eric Pearl. For me to hang out with him and to see him and to hear his stories after he'd already been doing this for 20 years, and then just own that wisdom that he learned from, the 20 years of seeing miracle after miracle. Um, and also I was like, dude, if he can do it, I can do it. Cause like for sure. So, and I hope people see me and feel the same way. It's like, dude, if that guy can do it, then I can definitely do it. So
That's so cool. I kind of feel like it's always been a little bit of my mission to teach everyone that we've all got it inside of us, that we all have that energy within us, and that we're all capable of healing and doing great things. And
absolutely.
um, so that's what I want to achieve with my being here on this planet, is be able to influence as many people as I can to realize that this energy is out there and that we can all tap into it. Like it
Absolutely.
doesn't make us special or doesn't make me great if I receive messages or I can heal. It doesn't make me any better than anybody else,
Yeah.
because the
You
right
have more
people.
experience with it. You
Yeah.
yeah, you've done this a few more times. And so you're able to access those gifts. So I'm always slightly jealous when people see things because I don't. So what do you mean you see things? You see like auras or see like
Oh,
guides or spirits or
wow. I've
everything?
seen all sorts of things. Like I've seen spirits. Like the very first actual solid spirit I saw absolutely creeped that living bejeebers out of me.
That.
So I've seen spirits, I've spoken to angels. Didn't actually know who Michael was when I spoke to him.
Even better. He probably got a kick out of that.
I was like, Michael, who? Like, why are you? Yeah, so I've had some really interesting experiences, and I was just sort of hoping that, getting more in touch with this energy, I can understand them more myself.
The more we are ourselves, the more light we shine. The more we can do whatever we're here to do, as long as we are being our true, authentic self. Yeah.
I totally 100% agree with that. And that's like a lot of the reason why I've come to you, because I'm like, I've got to the point where it's like, no, I just want to be me. And I want to find that a little bit of extra light, to carry me through when the limiting beliefs hit or the outside forces or whatever it is that's going on. I can just go, ring,
Yeah,
shine,
absolutely.
leave me alone.
Yes. Yeah. Yeah. I go through that. Like I will, because most of the people I watch, they have a completely that I love. I love their information, but there's a layer, there's a flavor of, I don't want to say like new age. There's just like this flavor of love. And I am a very loving person, but I don't show it the same way that they show it. But I was just thinking, what if I came across like that? You know what I mean? Like what? Like it's like super loving and super like calm and chill and like I was like, I could never do
But
that.
then you wouldn't have the case appeal.
I could. Yeah.
You've got your own appeal. You really do.
Yeah.
You know?
Well,
Yeah.
thank you. Thank you.
Yeah.
So, what do you do now for a living?
I've actually just started reading tarot cards online recently,
Mm-hmm.
but I was sort of working in the movie industry with plants and stuff because I absolutely love plants. And then that all ended with COVID, so I've gone back to sort of healing and coaching and just
Okay.
working with people. Yeah,
Yeah.
so
Perfect. Well, that's where you're
yeah.
supposed to. That's where you're going to shine your light the greatest. Do you make videos or?
I do, yeah. I've been actually building up a little library of content so that I can hopefully teach people in the next couple of months. So another reason for getting the reconnection to try and give me that boost along the way. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Mm.
So you've been making tarot card readings? Tarot card
Yeah, so
videos?
yeah, I've only just started doing that. And if you had have said to me even 6 months ago that I would read tarot cards on YouTube videos, I would have probably laughed at you and said, no, no. Um, but I had people ask me, they sort of said to me, look, you're really intuitive. And they were tarot card readers themselves. And they sort of said, look, Ange, can you come live with us? Because I do it for, for friends and family, but can
Mhm.
you come live with us? And I'm like, well, I get my messages here, I don't really do that. And then I started doing it. It's just flowing. Like
Yeah.
I'm really amazed at how easily it flows for a YouTube video. So yeah, we'll see what happens.
Yeah. That's funny because I've never actually done a live video. And I'm not sure. I would like to interact with people live. There's definitely a part of me that's like fearful of that, and
Yeah,
not
same.
and fearful because I know when I shoot a video that if I go you know what I mean? You know what I mean? Like when I do that 1,700 times, I can just cut that out. You know what I mean? I can just
Yes.
edit that out. But when
Yeah.
when you're live, baby. There ain't no like,
Yeah, exactly.
there's no
And so
editing.
these guys were saying to me, come on a live with me and do readings. And I'm like, I've never been live. Like,
Yeah. I just remember one of my favorite dudes. He was talking to somebody that wanted to be a channel, and they just started channeling, and they're kind of channeling by themselves, like alone. And he goes, if you want to channel, the best thing you can do is channel in front of people. If you channel in front of people that need information, then you can access the information they need. But if you're by yourself, you're limited, you're more limited to what you can access. You know what I mean? It
Yeah,
made sense to me. I was like, wow, that's another great reason to go live, is because you don't need to know. There's no planning. There's no like, what am I going to say? It's like, I'll wait till I'm asked a question and then I
yeah,
will access the answer. You know, you can't plan this stuff out. That's one
that's
thing
so cool.
that's one thing I love about my job is there's zero prep work. You know what I mean? Like I don't like have to go, oh, Angela Grace, let me do some research on her. Like what would I do? Like it's just
That's so
live. It's
brilliant.
just in the moment. It's just like,
Yeah.
like, so I don't know.
Actually, that's really cool because tarot cards are sort of the same. Like with all my other videos, I have to write a script and then I
Yeah,
think about the different parts of the video, different screens, everything else. With the tarot cards, it's just reading what comes out in the cards, and it's
absolutely.
really flowing. Like I'm so surprised that I'm enjoying
Absolutely.
it as much as I am. So I don't know.
No, I think, yeah, I'm envious of one of my friends is Rich Lop, and
I love Rich Love, yes.
and the reason I'm envious is because he's like, okay, I'm going to read, Pisces or whatever he's going to do. You just respond to the cards. You can be so free in that responding,
Yeah.
whereas in other things, yeah. Uh, the only videos I've ever like scripted out were terrible. Okay, so you never had a session. This is all brand new.
Yes, it's all very brand new to me.
You didn't take part in my group sessions or anything.
No, but I would like to regularly take part after this. So yeah, looking forward to it.
Okay. Did you have any? You look peaceful. Did you have any
Oh, God.
sensations?
Yeah, very, very tingly hands and face. Lots of like flashing lights and things.
Mm.
I don't know if you heard my stomach going crazy or not.
I didn't. I didn't.
Okay. Believe it or not, like I actually almost rung up and changed the appointment because I was actually throwing up blood 2 days ago.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. It's just part of the different things that I've been going through with my health.
Hmm.
Um, and Yeah, so while I was lying there, I could just feel everything that's been going on with my stomach. Like it's so settled now. I feel amazing down in the stomach area. I don't know how
Good,
to
good.
explain that. Mm,
Well, I'm glad that you feel better about your stomach from what you were going through a couple of days ago.
yeah. And my face is like amazingly tingly right now.
Nice.
It's like, wow.
Nice. You said
Mm.
flashing lights, were they colors or would you say white or gold or?
Mainly white, from what I can remember, maybe a little bit of bluey green, but mainly just sort of white. Sort of, it was almost alternating from one side to the other. I could just see if it flashed, then another flash. So it
Yeah.
was,
Did you get any messages or anything?
to be myself and to just let it be and stop worrying, pretty much. Like just messages along those lines, which it's funny because I've been telling myself the same things, but I really feel like they've sunk in. Like I feel like my mind's gone blank. It's great. What's the energy that's just gone through me just feels amazing. Like I'm absolutely buzzing right now. So
Beautiful,
thank
beautiful.
you.
You're welcome.
Mm.
Well, we'll do it again tomorrow. Yesterday.
Oh wow. All I can say, and I know this is not the right way to word it, but I love you, Casey. Honestly.
It's getting kinda crazy up in here. Got that DJ playing music everybody wants to hear, yeah. It's getting kinda crazy up in here. Everybody wants a ride in the water.